YouTube. Sorry that I'm late. Sorry that I'm late. I'm at work, so I'm going to. If you see me coming in and out, it's because I'm working. All right. So I didn't want to do this live on this because I don't like doing sad things, but this has to be said, and I want to say it with the utmost respect to the Keisla Rodriguez Ortiz family. When you see my thumbnail, that's the young lady who passed away, and I wanted to put her picture on my thumbnail because I want people to remember her. And I want you, when I read this to you, remember my video that I put down that I don't know why it was why the feds are taking over, but now it's come to light that the feds taking it over because carjacking is a federal crime, and so he did the carjacking. They got Felix Verdejo for carjacking, for murder the young lady, for a weapons charge, for killing the unborn child. Those are things that are just shocking to you. How a 27-year-old man could do something like this. Anyone can do something like this, right? So anyway, so this is from the official guys. I mean, this is gonna be kind of disturbing. So just bear with me. So it's just gives you an idea, or you want to think to yourself, how does the human mind work? What possesses you to do something so atrocious? You know, it's inconceivable. To me, it's inconceivable. You know, here you go. You have someone who was at one time was in the world of boxing, was considered one of the best. Was considered one of the best. He was ranking up, and then he broke out. I think he broke his hand, and then he wasn't the same fighter that he was before. But you respected the man because of his talent, and it's just it's sad. It's sad. And before I go into what he said, he was arrested. He turned himself in. There was charges brought on him. They are going to seek the death penalty federally. They're going to seek the death penalty. Like I said before, I don't believe in a death penalty, but in this case, maybe this may have changed my mind into the death penalty, because I believe, death penalty, to me, it doesn't do anything. It just leaves a person alive for a few years, 10 years, 10, 12 years until they appeal, and then the state decides to just put him away and just kill this person, right? So this person was alive for 12 years. Now, if you're gonna do this, like they do in China or in some other countries, that you found guilty, they shoot you that same day. They kill you the same day. They're gonna give you 12 years, they're gonna give you 10 years. I could maybe see that, but let a person in jail for 10 years, 12 years. But what I'm going to show you now, you can Google it and you can look it up yourselves too. So it's nothing that I'm going to say that you cannot find. But I'm going to tell you what the original charges are, how he did this, because this is by the FBI. So guys, bear with me. It's going to be kind of it's kind of sad. Okay. So I'm going to go here first. So I want to find it for you guys. Oh man. Okay. I'm going to read to you the official criminal complaint against Felix Verdejo, right? So I'm going to show you. It says here, you can look it up. Introduction. It says, I'm a special agent with the Federal Bureau of Investigation and have been so for employed since 19. Okay, introducing. This is the facts. Okay, guys. So okay, it says here, on April 29th, 2021, a woman, hereinafter referred to as the victim, was reported missing to Puerto Rico Police Bureau officer on May 1st, 2021. The lifeless body of the victim was recovered by police in San Jose Lagoon. That's by Carolina. That's in Carolina, by the airport. The FBI interviewed the person hereafter referred to as the witness, with first-hand personal knowledge of the events surrounding the death of the victim, and who had provided information regarding the disappearance of the victim. The witnesses provided the FBI with the information that included the following. There he goes. On or about April 27, 2021, Felix Verdejo Sanchez, hereafter referred to as Verdejo, contacted the witness and requested his help to terminate the pregnancy of the victim, who told Verdejo that she was pregnant with his child based on a pregnancy test. On April 29, 2021, Verdejo contacted the victim and arranged to meet near her residence. Verdejo and the witness drove to a meeting in Verdejo's black Dodge Durango SUV. The victim arrived in the meeting place in her vehicle, a gray Kia Forte. She entered Verdejo's vehicle. Following a conversation between Verdejo and the victim in Verdejo's car, Verdejo punched. This is how much of a punk this bitch ass is. He punched the victim in the face, and she was injected with a syringe filled with substance purchased from a drug point in Lloren Torres. That's a project in Puerto Rico. When you come up the airport, it's right there. In Lloren Torres, Verdejo and the witness then restrained the victim's arms and feet with wire. A block was tied to the victim. The witness took the victim's keys and boarded the victim's nearby Kia. Verdejo and the witnesses drove to two vehicles towards the Teodoro Moscoso Bridge, which spans the San Lagoon between San Juan and Carolina, Puerto Rico. Verdejo and the witness then drove onto the bridge, where the victim was removed from the vehicle and tossed off the side of the bridge and into the water. Verdejo shot at the victim with a pistol from the bridge. The victim's car was later abandoned. On April 30th, 2021, PRB, Puerto Rico Police Bureau, officers found the victim's vehicle in Canóvanas. The PRB interviewed the victim's family members, revealed that the victims and the serial number, blah, blah, blah. On April 30th, obtained the records, the location data, and the affirmation number. On April 30th, 2021, the FBI also obtained call detail records and location data from the phone number. In other words, it just says here that he was there. But just think about it. Just think about it, for guys. Think about it this way. This man, he didn't get in the car and say, "Baby, okay, you want to terminate it or no?" This girl got in a car with him, thinking that he was going to talk to her. He first punched her. Must have knocked her out, punched her, took her to the drug spot with these other people, took her to the drug spot, got some drugs, injected that girl with the drugs, and then threw her off the bridge. Off the bridge. Guys, a 27-year-old woman, should I say, well, woman, this is a bitch ass who couldn't face the fact that he got a girl pregnant, so he had to punch her. That's the part that pisses me the fuck off the most. That he punched her like if she was a man, like if he was one of his opponents. He punched her. And then went to, you gotta go from that bridge to Lloren Torres, maybe a 10-minute drive. Then you gotta go all the way from here, drive 10 minutes over there, go to the drug spot, get the drugs, get a syringe, cook that shit a problem. I don't know what the fuck they did, how they did it, and then inject her, and then go back, and then throw her off a bridge. Not very wide because there was cameras, you know. That bridge, if you've ever been in Puerto Rico, once you pass that bridge, that's a long bridge, and it has camera because it's a new bridge. It's been there like maybe 10 years, so it's high tech. A lot of people don't pass it because you have to pay. People in Puerto Ricans don't like to pay; they cheat, and I'm Puerto Rican. But you have to have cameras, and they have a camera showing these individuals throwing their body over the bridge. But just think about it, guys. Think about it. How coward can you be to punch a woman in the face? To punch a woman in the face just because you don't want her to have your kid. That's cowardness. That is cowardness. That is true cowardness. Now, men, I'm doing this live, and I want to do more of this because I want to protect women. I want men to understand That if you make a mistake, live up to your mistakes. That's not even a mistake, guys, because a mistake is you cut something and you cut your finger off by mistake. That's a mistake. Going outside your marriage and having intercourse with another woman, that's not a mistake. That's a choice you made. So if you make that choice as a man, then you should be a man enough to take the responsibility. If this girl is telling you that she wants nothing from you, all she's telling you is that she's going to have this baby, then you got to respect it. Respect her choice. You made your choice. You slept with her, and be honest with you, you came inside her. That's your choice. Now respect her choice. Now, the consequences will be that once your wife finds out, she leaves you, she leaves you, she leaves you. That's the choice that you made. Those are the consequences that you got to live up to. So be man up. Don't be a punk ass and tell this girl or tell any woman, well, I want to meet you here and there, and then you go out and you punch her in the face, and then you take drugs. Come on, that's some bullshit. That's not being a man. And like I said, I didn't believe in the death penalty, but looking at this, looking at what he said, because the information that I read to you, something that is an affidavit that the accounts that happened is because he himself said it. So yo, what's up, Manny? What's up? From California, Los Angeles, all right? So that just tells you, that this person is just a little punk ass. That's what he is. And like I said, I don't believe in the death penalty, but this motherfucker deserves something. He deserves a slow death. I hope that I hope he's in prison. Well, I'll tell you this much though. He's gonna be in the federal prison. So federal prison is different. Had he been in the regular jail in Puerto Rico, because Puerto Rico has your regular. Puerto Rico is not like in states. Puerto Rico, once you get arrested, you go to prison. Even for before you get sentenced, before the trial, there is no county jail. You go straight to prison until you find either guilty, not guilty, whatever the case, until your case is done. So you go straight to prison. So if he had gone straight to prison, his ass would have been ass out, because they don't play that game in Puerto Rico. Well, New York City checking and give us the details. Well, this was the details. New York City, that he confessed that the girl had called him up telling that she was pregnant. So at the beginning, she had said, "I want nothing to do. I don't want, if you don't want to be in the life, that's okay." So he called her up and told her, "Let's meet somewhere." The girl told her mom, Keishla, that's the name, Keishla. Keishla called her mom and said, "I'm gonna go meet up with Verdejo tomorrow, and we're gonna talk." So she goes to meet him. As she meets him, she gets in the car. This is according to what he said. She gets in the car, and he punches her. So he punched her, drove her, and his associates drove her and other people to a drug spot in Puerto Rico, bought some drugs, injected her with the drugs, went to a bridge which is called the Loro Moscoso, it's right off the airport, went to that bridge, threw her off the bridge he put a cinder block on her, and then shot her from the bridge, and then she just landed, and of course she was dead. But that's what he said. That's what he said. That's what he said that happened. The other people that was with him, they haven't been arrested. I don't know if he's gonna snitch them out. So that's what's going on. And the federals went in because it's a carjacking. So they got him with carjacking. They got him with guns. Yeah, it's on his affidavit. He turned himself in. If you Google it, Google Verdejo or Google Verdejo. You Google Verdejo, which I would change the V and put a P and put pendejo, because that's what he is. He's a pendejo. And it'll show you the FBI report, and it shows you what he said, how it happened. So those are his words. So those that's nothing that can say, but we saw this. No, those are his words. That's what he said, what happened. And now he's shit out of luck. Hold on, guys. Sorry, guys. So yeah, so the other people that were with him, I don't know how many people, because they didn't say, they just said witnesses. Those people have not been arrested, and those people are also going to be charged. Once they find them, they're going to be charged with murder. Also, all those charges that were given to Verdejo, they're going to be given to him because they acted in concert with him. So whenever you do a crime, and in that crime there is a murder involved, that's called a felony murder. That person, even if you didn't do it, you would get charged for that too. So it's just it just perplexes me. It perplexes me that you go from here to here, all because you decided to have sex with a girl. You decided to ejaculate inside this girl, and you couldn't take the responsibility to say, you know what, babe, or whatever you want to call her. You know what? Let's just. I don't want to be in the baby's life. I'll give you some money. I'll support it. Whatever the case may be. But you didn't have to go kill her. Why? What's the point? Not your ass out in jail, and you took a girl's life away. You took a human life away because you decided not to be man enough, and that shit pisses me off. His wife is. Oh, I didn't hear that part. And if it's, oh, look at that. So here we are. Here we are, feeling sorry for the wife, and the wife. You said the wife is involved in that shit too. Let her go to jail too. Let her go to jail too. Just. Oh, just think about it. Just think about it. See, this is why I don't cheat. I don't cheat because I don't like cheating anyway. I don't think that's right. But why would I go out of my way to go cheat on my wife and then sit like this happens and then have to deal with this? No, for that I just don't cheat. And if that and if that did happen, then I'd be man enough. And if my wife decides to say, "Yo, King G, I'm gonna leave you," then you leave me. There's nothing I can do. I fucked up. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna pout. I'm just gonna move on, let you do your life, and I'll do my life. It's plain and simple. I'm not gonna go out there and kill you for what? And then I have to spend the rest of my life in jail looking at some man's balls? No. This little girl, this 27-year-old woman, deserves justice, and it's not even called justice, because justice would be that she be alive. That was justice, And things like this are happening more and more in Puerto Rico, where it's kind of funny. And this is not the only case you see in Puerto Rico. You see this all over the world, where the man doesn't want to be responsible and just gets rid of the woman, because in his mind that's the best thing to do. And Hispanic men have a tendency to do shit like this. They have a tendency to be assholes, and say to themselves, if you're not mine, you're not nobody else's. In this case, you're pregnant, so let me go kill you. That doesn't make any sense at all. But he deserves the death penalty. He deserves what's coming to him. God forgive me, because I'm not supposed to judge. But to read, my baby's mother was killed 27 years ago. And when you look at her report, the way she was killed, that affects me, because I knew this young, vibrant woman who knew karate with me, because we both were sparring karate. And I don't know how this person, if you look at her report, she was beaten to death. Her jaw was broken, her nose was broken, her collarbone was broken. 18 years old. All this was happening to her. And I said to myself, and when I read that, I said to I picture that, her suffering. I do. And that's got to me. And so I read this story about how this guy, this asshole, punched her. So here I am, I'm thinking, wow, this girl just got in the car and he just cold whacked her. He's a strong dude, he's a boxer. That's the shit, he's a boxer. And it's just that pain that girl went through right there just because she got pregnant. Yes, Valiant. It is, man. My condolences to the family too. And it's just, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, some asshole. I know, because there's an asshole everywhere. It's gonna say, well, she shouldn't have gone with him. He was a married man. Because some asshole's gonna do that. So whatever asshole is thinking that now, or whenever you see this video, you're an asshole. But to make matters worse, he punches her, drugs her up, and then throws her over a bridge. Who knows if that girl was still alive while he threw her over the bridge? I'm talking to you. I'm thinking about her falling to it. It's just disgusting. There is no shame in life. People have no etiquette. People have no respect for human life whatsoever. None. It's pathetic. Whatever comes to his way, he deserves every bit of it. I hope that when he's in prison, he learns what pain is. Someone's gonna take care of that ass. All think about it, all because he decided to come in. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be blunt, because he decided to come inside a girl. He couldn't say, let me use a condom, let me use this, let me use that. No, but he decided to, and then if you say that his wife is involved in it, that's another bitch. You know? So if she is involved in this, I have no sympathy for her either. Because you're gonna go see that now that's a woman, she's another idiot. Because she finds out that her man cheated on her. Manny says, when gang shooting happens, I don't really think about it because they know what they're doing, they're getting into. But when a murder like this happens, it makes me angry. Sad to say the least. It is true, and you have a point. Because when you're in a gang, you expect shit like that to happen. So it will not surprise you. Or the King Geo was down with Latin King or whatever the fuck maybe he got shot. Well, that's what he gets. He's in a gang. You know, you're not joining the Boy Scout, right? So when stuff like this does happen, you say to yourself, "Wow, how could this happen? How could this happen?" You know, it's plain stupid what it is. And like I said, if his wife is involved, this is what I was trying to get at before I read your message. If his wife, this is how stupid she is. If this has happened, so she has no dignity for herself. She has no self-respect for herself, because if she found out that he cheated on her and he got her pregnant, let's take the pregnancy part out, just the cheating part. If she was a real woman, she would have walked out the relationship, or she would have given him a chance. That's the only two options. She wouldn't say, "Yo, baby, we gotta get rid of this bitch." Excuse my language. She wasn't a bitch. Maybe that's the way they said. We gotta get rid of her. All right, that's not a woman. She really is not a woman. So there you go. So if she is a co-conspirator, thank you for that. If she's a co-conspirator, she needs to go to prison too. She's gonna get the same charges, whether she did it or not. She's going to get charged the same way. That's irrelevant. So she's not even a woman, because a woman would have just walked out and left and said, "I'm not dealing with this. You cheated on me." Or she would have said, "Baby, I understand. Whatever happened, I'm there for you. I will support you." But she wouldn't go and get rid of a body or help him get rid of a body. That's not a woman thing to do. So if that happened, I have no respect for her. She lost every shred of dignity that she has in her, because you don't do shit like that. And if she goes to pray, you know, and if let's just say she doesn't get hit with the federal charges, and she gets hit with the state, which is gonna be murder. She's gonna go to one. There's only one jail in Puerto Rico. I don't know how the jail for women in Puerto Rico are. You know, I don't know if they're I don't know if they're as rough as the guys is. But she's not. She, to me, in my book, she doesn't deserve. She doesn't even deserve. I don't know. None of these motherfuckers deserve a chance of trial. They just put them on a shooting squad and that's it, because you don't do that. You really don't. You know, it's like when you see a child being molested by a man, or hold on, guys. Sorry about that. Or when you see a crime against a child, or you know, whatever they gave me, something, a defenseless child, that's sickening too. And just think about it. This girl must have been. Here she was going through this thing, thinking, I'm going to go meet him. We're going to talk. We're going to do this. And the first thing she does, she must. This is what I'm assuming. She gets in a car and she gets punched. What a bitch ass move. And it's sad, because she probably went there innocently, Well, she did go innocently. The key that I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna have a conversation with this guy. You know, it's like Aaron Hernandez. Remember Aaron Hernandez from the New England Patriots? Okay, you read the affidavit, Valiant, and it's sickening. The affidavit tells you right there where he punched her. You can Google it, Felix Verdejo, and you Google it. They have the affidavit in Instagram, but it's pathetic. It really is pathetic that a man can't take care of his responsibilities. It's a shame. Now a girl is dead. Her family lost a daughter, a sister, a brother. I mean, a sister, an aunt, a cousin, a friend. She was a friend to a lot of people, I'm assuming. And this is a girl. This girl won't come back. But this asshole is going to be in jail tonight. He's going to be in jail tomorrow. He's going to keep on being in jail for God knows how long, and he's still going to live. You know, so there's no justice in that. There really isn't. You know, like I said, I didn't believe in the death penalty until I read what he did. I mean, and I've seen heinous crimes. You see Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer, sick motherfucker that used to kill his kid. He used to kill kids and eat their body parts. That's sick. You know, but what's sick in this is that, I mean, Jeffrey Dahmer was sick in the head, period. So you could try to understand his fucking mentality and you won't be able to. But you could say, well, he was sick in the head. But when you have someone who's been boxing and who knows the profession and had a career to do something like this, it makes you wonder, what the fuck do you think? What makes you do shit like this? You know, that's why, you know, girls gotta think of who they mess with, because I mean, you would never think that someone like that would do something because he's a boxer. You know, he's famous. His shit is on TV. You know, so he's not gonna do nothing. You know, that's the last thing you could think about somebody else, but you wouldn't think that of a celebrity. You wouldn't think a celebrity would do such a heinous crime. You wouldn't think that. You know, you're hanging out with people. You know, oh yeah, I'm hanging out with this nigga. This motherfucker makes good movies and blah blah. So the next thing you know, this motherfucker kills somebody. You're like, oh, what the fuck? And when I say the N word, I didn't mean any bad by anything bad about it. That's the way I'm born and raised in the Bronx, and that's the way we talk. You know, but yeah. So now he ruined his life. He's ruined his family life. Hopefully his girlfriend, his wife, goes to prison for the rest of her life and gets beat every day. And whoever was with him gets the same medicine. I feel no sympathy for them at all. At all. As a Christian, I don't. As a human being, I don't. As a Christian, I don't either. You don't do shit like this. You just don't. It's not the way you're supposed to. As a man, you're supposed to deal with things, you know? You made your bed, you lay in it. Simple as that. Simple as that. It's sad. It really is. I'm just trying to get something right here. Well, you guys Google it. You guys do, and you know, if you guys get a chance, you know, you get to Facebook and you see her picture. You know, write the family condolences. You know, because their family, even her mother 2 days ago said he had something to do with it. She said, "I will guarantee you that the disappearance of my daughter is because of him," and it had to be because he was the last one that she spoke to. And then yesterday, the day before, he didn't want to speak to the authorities, and then the authority. And this is the thing. The authority said he was allowed to leave the country because he was not a suspect. How can this is how retarded the police in Puerto Rico is? How can he not be considered a suspect when he was the last person she spoke to? Everyone's a suspect. Everyone. But they say, oh no, he's not a suspect. He could have ran, but where? Not very bright. Wherever he went, he would have been recognized. He couldn't go to a country that had no extradition. But what do we do, man? Men, this is to all men out there who are watching. When you get to watch, if you do things like this, if you go outside your marriage or you go outside your relationship, and you're going to be with another woman, Rumor is the witness in the affidavit is the wife. The witness and Verdejo were also texting and talking. Affidavit shows that they tracked their phones. Three people mentioned Felix, the victim, and the witnesses. Yeah, I read that part. So the witness, I didn't read the witness is the wife. So the witness is the wife. So do you think that she's going to testify against him to get a lesser charge? She's a cunt. She's a true cunt. Oh, Valiant Prize Fighter. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, guys. Subscribe to my channel because I got things coming up. I'm doing a podcast pretty soon. I've been saying that for 2 weeks now, and I haven't done it. So I get home from work and I get tired. But I definitely want to shift over from my YouTube. I'm going to still keep my YouTube, and I'm going to do podcasts too. I want to do both. And I do these kind of things. I'm doing this live so that men can get consciousness. I mean, they can get a conscious and say before you go out there and you're going to do something so stupid as to get in a relationship with another person. When you have a relationship, think about the person. Thank you, Miney. I appreciate it. Think about the person you're going to hurt. You have a wife at home. Stick with your wife. You have a girlfriend at home. Stick with your girlfriend. If your girlfriend is not giving you what you think she's not giving you, then break up with her. Thank you, Valiant. If your wife is not giving you what you think she's not giving you, then leave her. But don't go out the marriage, do something stupid, get another girl pregnant, or have sex with another girl, and then this girl's gonna tell your wife, and you're like, oh no, you're not gonna tell my wife nothing, and you go and you do something stupid to this girl because you were unfaithful to this one. Men don't do that. But if you're going to do that, then be man enough. If you get caught, be man enough and say, you know what, I did it. Babe, I did it. It happened. Whatever excuse you want to give, I'm weak in the knees or whatever the fuck you want to say, whatever it is. But do not harm this one for something that you did. All right? Because this one's already hurt. This one, if she knew she was married, she can't be that hurt because you know you're a married man. Right? So she can't be that hurt. But this one is. So be man enough. If you're gonna do some shit like that, be man enough to leave. If you're gonna leave, put it this way: if you tell this one, whichever this one, I mean wife or girlfriend, if you tell this one you love her, and you cheated on this one with this one, then you never loved this one. So don't say you love her. So break up with this one, stay with this one, or break up with both of them, and that's it. Because, and if this one forgives you, then fine. But if you don't forgive you, don't say, oh, you can't be, if you're not with nobody, if you're not with me, you can't be with nobody. You can't. No, that's not man. A man takes care of his responsibility. A man takes care of the things that he does. Be man enough, admit what you did, pay the consequences, whatever falls. That's it. You brought that shit upon yourself, not nobody else. Now we have this girl who's dead. God knows what she suffered through the time of traveling from here to there and then getting thrown off a bridge because this asshole decided to take her life away because he didn't want to be responsible. And then his wife on top of that was responsible for disposing of the body. Couldn't she say, babe, I forgive you, babe, don't do that, don't do this. If you're going to talk to her, that's it. Or don't even talk to her at all. Let's all go to court, and when the baby's born, we do a DNA, and if the DNA comes out, if we have to support the baby, we support the baby. Because the baby has no fault in this, right? The baby wasn't actually born. But it happened. That's the way adults do things. You don't do shit like this. That's not adult-like. That's not man-like. That's not even human-like. But I guess it is what it is. It happened, unfortunately happened, and it happens every day. You go to countries like India, you go to countries like Kuwait. In Kuwait, a woman gets raped. You know who gets whipped? The woman. You know who gets punished? The woman. Not the man. Not the man who raped the woman, but the woman gets the punishment. What kind of shit is that? What kind of shit is that? That's living in barbaric times. Not even barbaric times. That's kind of retarded that a woman gets whipped, gets beaten, gets punished because she got raped. Why? Hold on, guys. So yeah, so guys, so I'm gonna let you go. It's time for me to go to home. If you want me to do another live when I get home, let me know. Say King Gio continue, and I will. All right, guys. Peace.